Hey guys, GD here,
And Too Fast Joe.
and welcome to our second live stream. Um, see that.
Hold on, let me pull up the. I gotta make let me turn this off for a quick second. I think it's this display. Turn that off. Go back over here, and then the live chat will be right there. And now, turn that back on. There we go.
All right, technical difficulties, guys. Sorry.
Yeah. So now we can see y'all.
Right.
Yeah, down here.
Howdy there, partner. I'm from Gabriel Crandell. How y'all doing? Um, we're here to like answer any questions, but we do have rules. No spoilers. That's pretty much like the only rule, and be respectful. So last last live stream we'd had like a few questions on, well, some spoiler questions, and I kid you not, like I had this one fan that got a little bit, I would say he took offense to that, and I kid you not, he like asked 3 days in a row why we didn't answer his question, and I had to tell him like, look dude, like I'm sorry, but you asked for a spoiler. What did you expect was going to happen? So let's try to avoid that, okay? All right, so let's see the first question here in the community tab. Right, so it's from Sun Gohan the Bandicoot 2020. And he asks, if Goku had a little sister, what's her name and personality and will you have her look like Goku or a little bit like Gine? I know this isn't a Goten Black question, but I still want to know.
Yeah, that's more of a what if.
Yeah, I think Mastico X actually made one.
I think he said like one of the one was like what if Kale was like born in Universe 7 or like what like which one I always get them confused, Kale and Khalifa. Which one that went Super Saiyan 2?
Um, uh, well, the first one, that's Khalifa.
Alright, so Khalifa, I think yeah, someone made like a what if like if that was Goku's sister or like what if she was born in Universe 7.
Hmm?
Yeah, I don't know. That was like more like a what if. How would we make like a Goku sister?
Um, uh, I don't know, cause I know like it's gonna sound really weird, but I'm not. Goten Black is kind of like my only what if story that I had. Like I don't really like think of like, oh, what if Gohan was the main character? What if like Trunks achieved Super Saiyan God at age 7? Like
I hate those.
yeah, I don't like those either.
Like, what if Goku got Super Saiyan early? What if Gohan got Super Saiyan 2 early? Like, stuff like that is really boring because, like, he was so strong that everyone died. The end.
Yeah, like I'm not a big fan of what ifs, but I guess if I were to make, like, someone had a gun to my head and said like, okay, what would you do? I guess I would have made her look a bit like a mix between Gine and Bardock. Because like Goku looks exactly like Bardock. Raditz is kind of like a girl version of Gine, just with longer hair. So I would kind of like have
Did
her.
Gine have a widow's peak like Raditz?
Um,
Cause I'm
uh,
gonna be honest, Raditz look more like a Vegeta brother than he does Goku.
yeah, he kind of does. Be
Cause
honest
I
with you.
doubt Toriyama even came up with the design of like Gine at the time.
Um,
And like I'm not sure. I'm pretty. Well, no, he did have a hand in making Bardock design,
um, I mean,
aka just throw Goku in a Saiyan outfit.
with a scar, like,
Yeah,
and
a
a headband.
scar and a bandana.
Yeah. So yeah. Um, uh, yeah, I would say like I would make her a mix between like him of Bardock and Gine. I don't know about the names though. I would have to like research like vegetable names to like make a good pun out of that.
Yeah, because the Saiyan names are all kind of funny. I like the villain ones too.
Yeah. All right. So let me see. So we didn't actually get that many questions this round because we kind of announced this really late into the game. So we're kind of sorry about that. If you guys have like any questions you want to ask us, then we'll be happy. Right, spoilers. Goten Black drinks Grimace shake in Ohio and dies.
God, this stupid meme in Ohio and Grimace Shake, so stupid.
Guys, we had like one rule, no spoilers. Like who? Why are y'all like leaking Goten Black pages? Like no, don't do that. How many times am I gonna have to like say this shit? No spoilers. Oh, but since we don't really have many questions, I wouldn't say like this is a question, but it was more like something from a comment that I noticed in chapter 6. Let me see. Okay, it's from like this guy right here. And I kind of want to address this because like even though this is a theory, I do want to like have my input on this. It's not really a spoiler, it's more like an explanation as to why this theory wouldn't work. Hey, sorry if I'm throwing out theories, but why do I have this feeling that Zamasu went to the Tournament of Power in Goten Black's timeline and sabotaged it? No, that did not happen. That did not happen. There's not going to be like a plot twist in Act 3 where like Zamasu's like, oh, it was actually me, Zamasu, this entire time. Like, no, he did not go back.
It was me, Barry.
It was me, Barry. Like, this isn't going to be like a twist where like Zamasu was like the grand puppeteer. Like, I personally think if we did that twist, that would completely destroy Goten Black, in my opinion. I feel like if we had that twist where like it wasn't Goku's fault, it was actually Zamasu, like that would completely destroy like what we're trying to do with Goten Black. Because one of the things that I really want to do and hammer in is that Goku is going to take responsibility and he's going to learn how to be serious now. Like I want Z Goku to come back. I don't want like Super Goku to, to be here anymore.
Yeah, that's the biggest complaint. Is like Super Goku is really dumb, almost as dumb as GT Goku.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. But yeah, like I feel like if we did have that where it was Zamasu, like Zamasu just went in and sabotaged everything, that would also like retcon chapter 4 Zamasu because he was as confused with the Tournament of Power. He didn't know what the Tournament of Power was in the beginning. He was like, I don't even know what that is. So for him to like be revealed like, oh well, no, I actually did it. I like beat Jiren, or like I gave Jiren this power boost. That would retcon that, and also like the reason why Zamasu, because like in chapter 4, like Goten's kindness at first stopped Zamasu. He wanted to like stop his eradication, and but then when he found out that no, Goku, just this one mortal, this one like mistake from a mortal like destroyed so many universes, and I was right all along. Like if I just let the wrong mortal survive, it's all over. So no, there's not going to be like a plot twist where it was Zamasu all along. Goku was the cause of this. This is a revenge story, and we're going to keep it like that. You want to put anything in it?
No.
All right. So Gabriel Crundell. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Do you take any what if requests? I don't. I'm sorry. I just want to finish Goten Black, and honestly, hold on, I'll show you guys what I really want to do. It's not here. Okay, so after Goten Black, I actually want to focus on this, my original comics, Generation Defenders. Like this is the dream, and for me, like this is my true dream. This is like what I really want to do. So I don't really take any new what if requests. I just want to finish Goten Black and then do my own stories.
And not to say that you're going to like rush through this and like start working on Generation Defenders. you want to take your time with Goten Black, make sure you give it enough time to breed, and to like make sure you have you're not basically rushing it to move on to something else.
Yeah, I really don't. So one thing that is really good, or like I guess one of the advantages of like not being a well-known YouTuber is that I don't have like the internet breathing down my neck saying like when's the next chapter, when's the next. I kind of do have like some fans like that are constantly in the comments or like spamming every day like when's the next chapter, when's the next chapter. It can be a little overwhelming, honestly, but like the way that I see it, it's like if I'm this overwhelmed with like these small amount of people like asking when the next chapter is, I don't know how I'm gonna react when if I do get big and people are like asking when's the next chapter, when's the next chapter, when's the next chapter, I need the next chapter, where is it, 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 where is it? Like I have no idea how I'm going to be able to handle that. So that's one of the advantages of being small, of like I guess not being noticed yet. But and I guess like that's another like advantage with like my own original projects because not that many people, since it's like under 1,000 views right now, not that many people know about it, so I don't really have much comments like asking, hey, when's the next chapter, when's the next chapter. If anything, like I know this is like from a different language, but if you translate it, it's like when's the next chapter of Goten Black. So I don't really have to worry.
Man, you got fans in Egypt?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. But oh yeah, like I kind of like putting Easter eggs in my stories.
I was surprised in the latest chapter of Goten Black that people got the Team 4-Star reference at the end.
Yeah.
Because like I made the joke at first and I'm like, oh, I'm glad you caught on. And then everyone else started to like make the same joke. Like, oh, people actually like figured that out.
Yeah. Yeah, they figured it out really quickly. I thought I was gonna have to make a short, but like people were like, no, oh, it's a reference to Cell. It's a reference to Cell. So like, good job, guys. Good job.
I meant to hit the end.
All right. So yeah, I'm so sorry, Gabriel. I don't really want to do any more what ifs right now. Like Goten Black is just gonna be my first, and for now only what if.
Yeah. And plus, like with all the other what ifs people do, they normally just get like a JPEG of a character. They're not doing what like yes, some are doing what you're doing with like fully drawn out manga and everything, like with New Hope and Dragon Ball Kagame.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the what ifs out there are just PNGs and the person just talking through it, and that's not what we're trying to do. We're not trying to like have unless you want to have like little filler, but we're not gonna do that really. No, because like unless it's like a one-off D&D, but no, like what if Goku did this thing, or what if Gohan did this?
I don't really want to do that. I just want to focus on Goten Black, and I'm done.
Yeah.
All right, so all right, Generation Avenger, my bud. Not sure if this counts as a spoiler question, but will your avatar ever cameo in Goten Black or in a Nikolai short? They already?
I mean, we're right here.
Yeah, like, look, here I am, it's GD Chips, and look, it's Too Fast Joe Soda.
And I got my own pharmacy. Apparently, you didn't even know that was a reference.
Yeah, okay, so, I'm not gonna say her name, my friend actually helped design, like, if you go over here at the end, you actually see her, like, designs. Well,
there they are.
Yeah. So, she didn't, okay, so I could have swore, like, in one of her designs, it had the TFJ. See if I can find it. Oh yes, no. Well,
yeah. At some point, she did it or you did it, and at first you didn't know what it meant, but I knew right away. I was like, "Oh, do you want to have two references of me?"
And I was like, "Wait, what? What do you mean?" And you're like, "TFJ, like Too Fast Joe," and I'm like, "Oh no, that was an accident. I didn't even know I was referencing you. Sorry." But my Nikolai short actually does have like a few references or like Easter eggs that either. Hold on, like let me. See.
I know, yeah. In one of the Goten Black, you referenced Team 4-Star with 4-Star Bento.
Yeah.
Especially in our bridge. Goddamn.
Yeah, we did. We even like acknowledged it at the end, so it's okay. Like, okay, so this used to be like an old design for one of like the main characters. Let me see. Okay, so Space Heroes right here. It's actually a reference to Dragon Ball GT. And believe it or not, but Generation Defenders used to be my fanfic rewrite of Dragon Ball GT. Like, I was working on this fanfic ever since I was in middle school, and I really, really wanted to make this fanfic of, like, my rewrite of GT where instead of Goku, Pan, and Trunks going off into space, it was going to be like the new generation of Z fighters. And Nikolai, this kid right over here, was actually supposed to be like Goten and Valise's kid. So you use this like Space Heroes as like in reference of GT, and you can actually like tell because GT GD. Hey.
So like when I saw that, I thought that was a reference to Sonic X because we just got done watching all Sonic X, and Sonic X Season 3 is just Dragon Ball GT done right.
Oh yeah, it's true, true, true. Like watch his like review of that. Like I was a guest starred.
Speaking of which, how did you watch GT? Because I watched Dragon Ball Z and GT when it was on Toonami back in the day when it first started airing. I still remember the day when the announcer said on the final episode of Dragon Ball GT, and I was like, oh my god, I got a whole week to prepare myself, and I was not ready for the end of GT. GT as a whole, besides Super Saiyan 4, total garbage, Pan garbage. The everyone loved the final episode of GT, mainly because not because of GT that made it work, because of Dragon Ball Z itself that made it work.
Mm-hmm.
But how did you watch it? Because you saw it watching Dragon Ball in the Kai format during the Nickelodeon. Did they show GT in the Nickelodeon?
Yeah, so I was confused because like in Nicktoons they showed Dragon Ball Z Kai, but at that point Kai cut off at the Cell arc.
I think they finished it later on.
Yes, yeah, like I'll explain. Hold on. So after they cut off at the Cell arc, that's when they immediately go to GT. And as a kid, I'm like so confused because the Cell arc ends with like Goku dead. So I'm like, wait, why is Goku back? Who's this kid? Like, who's that? Why is Dende an adult? Like, what's going on? Who's Pan? Who's Goten? Why does Gohan look like this? Wait, Gohan's married? He has a kid? He had sex? What is this? I was like so confused. I actually had to go online and watched the original like Majin Buu saga in Z to like understand GT. But then like once I watched GT, I kid you not, when I saw Vegeta's mustache, I'm like, I'm done.
Mustache.
I'm done.
Okay, okay. What point do you watch the Buu saga? You watch it in the Afterworld tournament. They watch it when Gohan was at high school. They watch it when they're at the tournament.
I watched it when it was in the tournament, like the Otherworld tournament.
All right.
Yeah. So Generation Avenger says, like, I thought Space Hero X was a reference to Meteorite Saga of Sonic X. Yeah, that's what he thought. That's what Joe thought.
So we just got done watching Sonic X, and we did our review.
No, like, it's a reference to Dragon Ball GT. And if I keep working on Generation Defenders, I'm actually going to have, like, Nikolai be a fanboy of Space Hero X. And it's kind of like, it's going to be, like, my stand-in for, like, my love of anime, too. But anyway, like, speaking of the Nikolai short, Warp Star Street. This is actually an Easter egg reference to like another YouTuber, like the other YouTuber who makes Goten Black. He kind of like he's aware of my Goten Black too. He has actually like commented on my community tabs, so this was kind of like a reference to him. And then Dragon Spark, he's this other YouTuber that has actually helped my channel out by giving me like shout outs on his channel when we were like at I think 1.5k. And because of him, like, we're, like, now at 2.87k. So if you're watching this, Dragon Spark, thank you so much. You've helped us a lot. And if you can look really, really, like, deep in the background, you can actually see Goten Black every Thursday at 5 p.m. #notice GD.
If only it was that easy.
Uh-huh. If only it was that
easy.
And
right? the eclipse?
So, no, I don't know. Actually,
I thought, well,
it's kind of like a reference to like this old storyboard that I did on YouTube, but not that many people.
Yeah, I knew about it, but I didn't know if you like told like your audience.
Well, like, there's nothing really that important. Let me see. Do-do-do,
And then like the FNAF. Funny enough, you said you wanted the FNAF sound effect, but you couldn't find it.
Yeah. Did you find it?
Yeah, it was easy. Just type in FNAF 2. And speaking of FNAF.
Yeah. So, yeah, these are like the references to the FNAF kids. From Chica to Gregory to forgot this Elizabeth Afton to Charlie, and this is just an OC. This is supposed to. I couldn't find like any other kid, so that was
Could have
just
been Bonnie from the movie.
Bonnie from the movie. Yeah, this was okay. So this was like before like Ruins came out.
Yeah.
So I couldn't like if I were to like make this short again today, I would definitely like put in the Ruins girl here to like reference her.
Yeah. At first, I thought Gregory and the Ruins girl was it, but like her original design, because her original design was like a blonde one. And if you see like the original Ruins poster, but they completely changed her design to look more like Charlie.
Yeah. And then let me see. Okay, so look, Valise's Ice Cream, and that's of course reference to like Valise and Goten's ice cream. And hold on, let me just the city of Townsville from the Powerpuff Girls.
I didn't know they were big Jesus fans.
I don't know, like that's what it looked like in like the reference photo that I was taking. And once again, there's Goten Black. There's Goten Black. Okay, let me see if there's like another reference. This is just an inside joke between me and Joe that we're not going to say because it's like it's personal. But screw the DTUP. That's just a personal joke for us. Let me see.
That wasn't
I think that was all the references to that, and
then later down the line we should make a reference to. I forgot what they say in French in Team Force are, but like Le Champ Rentier.
Oh, Les Anus.
Yeah, the tight ass.
Yeah, we definitely should do that if we do like a fancy restaurant.
If we do another like building fight in Goten Black, or if we get another building here in Generation Defended, we should have that.
I think so this isn't a spoiler. This is more like what to expect in Chapter 7. So
which you can get on Patreon, correct?
Yes, you can. The pages are out. Go check it out on Patreon. Help support us.
I don't think you even showed me yet. Have you?
Hmm?
I don't think you showed me yet the new pages, unless you have.
Oh no, not yet. I haven't, because you're busy. So like, I don't really bother with you unless like you really need to see it, or like I got like a few pages out.
Yeah.
Okay, so like if y'all haven't seen Chapter 6, go watch it right now while you're at the live stream. Alright, so like I said, spoilers if you haven't seen Chapter 6 yet, but Goten Black is in the past again. And so what I'm planning to do in Chapter 7 is that Goten Black is going to attack the past again. And since there's no Goku around, he's going to start rampaging West City. And my idea for like Chapter 7 is putting as many Easter eggs or references in those cities that I can. Just put as many Easter eggs as I can, whether it's like, referencing to Team 4-Star or to us or even to some
So if you guys suggesting for an Easter egg, let us know. Yeah,
let us know so that way I can put it in there. It's just going to be like, Chapter 7 is going to... I'm going to take my time with Chapter 7 because I'll be honest, and like even some fans have pointed out that the fights in Goten Black aren't really that good. And I admit it because like I just kind of want to I've been like trying to rush Goten Black out because people won't stop asking when's the next chapter. But like for Chapter 7, I am definitely going to take my time. I'm going to ignore those people that are rushing it. So I am definitely going to take my time with the choreography of Chapter 7. So if you guys need Goten Black, like need it, you can like follow us on Patreon, or like even I'll announce it when it's like available on the channel membership, so you can like read it over there.
Yeah. Also, it's like a slippery slope because with Team 4-Star, they didn't have that much fighting until like the end of the Cell arc. but they make it up with comedy. But we don't have a comedy here. You
Mhm.
know, most of the dialogue is very much straightforward,
Mhm.
and so and you're like a one woman show. I'm helping with this like the visual stuff afterwards, and yes, I'll get my opinions on like the drawings, but I'm not there drawing with you.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's all me, guys. Well, I would say like I do 70% and then you do 30% because like
Yeah,
you're here to like keep me in check and to like make sure I get really good at my drawings or like that. Like if it wasn't for Joe, well, I'd still probably be the sketchy style that we would have seen in like chapter 7
yeah. And with this
and
one,
chapter
you
1.
switched to like a vector style, didn't you?
Yeah, Victor
Because
style.
you realize in your program you could switch from pixels to vector.
Yeah.
So that really helps because in some of the past scenes, when you like do the paint bucket tool, it doesn't fill in all the things. You'll see like little feathers around like the edges of the character.
Yeah, it looked really bad. I would say chapter 7 is like, the best looking chapters, but the proportions are still off. And like somebody did comment saying like, the it's good art, but the backgrounds are very simple. And yeah, I agree.
Which is
Like,
something I point out too, especially during Goku and Zamasu's fight. When Goku went Super Saiyan, there was nothing in the background, not even clouds. You send me like a redone version, but you took the clouds off, so I have to like add the clouds back in.
yeah.
But yeah, when he went Super Saiyan, it was just a flat plane. Like there was not even a cloud, no mountains, no grass, no bitches.
Yeah, so like that's why I decided I'm going to try to make chapter 7 it might come out a little longer than usual.
We're taking a 3-year hiatus, just like Attack on Titan.
No, we're not gonna do that. Like, hopefully not. If it,
1 year, just like Team 4 Star.
I don't want to do that either. But I would say, like, if it takes really, really long, like how you said, like a year, and it's still not out, I would just probably divide chapter 7 into like 2 parts, so that way, you guys can enjoy at least one part, and then I can like just focus on part 2. I think that's what I would do.
I think a lot of studios do that, where if it does take forever, they'll just divide it up.
Mm-hmm. All right,
I
so
think Team 4 Star did that with the Broly movie at first. They released part 1, and then when they were done with part 2, they privated part 1 and released the whole thing as one big
yeah,
video, which I didn't even remember they doing that.
yeah. All right, so let's see. Turbo Brent, who has been very patient with us. All right. OCs in your YouTube shorts. Oh, I guess like he was referencing Generation Avengers, Team Force is iconic. Okay, Derry Gator says, is there a reason GD's avatar mouths moves when Too Fast Joe speaks sometimes? It's just the program that we're using. That's it.
Yeah, so I could have it set to where only she talks. Like when I talk, you won't hear my voice talk. But hey, let me try doing that real quick and see how boop boop over here. Increase that.
Da, 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 da. Okay, now you say something.
Hey, so right now I have it set to where the lips only moves when her lips move on the camera because I'm off camera.
Yeah, so, all right, so if you guys like it like this, then I guess we'll keep it like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure how delayed. I think it's fine because it shouldn't be that delayed.
Yeah. All right, so, all right, hello. Okay, so we already like we already like answered that. Okay, so I don't think. Okay, now you can see my. Okay, I thought that city looked familiar. Yeah, it was from the Powerpuff Girls. Like I said, I like putting in Easter eggs to like shows that I grew up with or like anything that I would find funny or appropriate. So I like putting in Easter eggs. That chapter was awesome. I thought you still love the effects. All right, like I knew the fans would have loved the effects. That's why I was pushing Joe to like add the effects. Like, please, the fans are gonna love this. Like, keep doing it.
At first, I'll mention this when we do like the commentary, but at first I was kind of iffy on it because I thought the effects might have been a little too much. But she wanted it, and I'll give my opinion on something. But if she wants it, it's my job to do it.
Yeah,
and so I did it. I changed some of the effects around. I'm really proud of Goten's effect. I really like that. And ultimately, it does look really good.
Yeah. I would say like the only issue that I had, but it was only because like we were running out of time. But this scene, like, look, his foot.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until like the very end.
Yeah, like when I saw that, I was like, oh no. But like nobody really commented it on that. Like I said, like when it was finally rendered out, it was like maybe
The morning of.
yeah, the morning of
Because
an
I
hour.
spent all night doing this effect. It doesn't take long, admittedly, but we would burn the midnight candle because we were like so close to the deadline. Because I wanted to get all the sound effects done first. I wanted to get like all the pacings done first before I added this little bonus.
Yeah, so
But now we know, since we already added it in, it's gonna be a staple going forward.
yeah, definitely. Especially for chapter 7, I really want those after effects, especially when Goten Black is like fighting in the cities or like, with future Trunks like fighting him. Let's see. Right, let's question. Uh-oh, looks like Goten Black is going to be more of a menace in chapter 7. Yes, I agree. Hi guys, I'm here. Hi, Ultimate Keith. Welcome in.
Hi.
Alright. Okay, Hacker Ninja. My question is is there going to be a Goten Black version of the Crimson Saiyan from DB Heroes? No, I'm sorry. I have like a specific I kind of like answered this a little earlier in the chat, but I'm not really big on making more what ifs or like extending the story as necessary. Like I don't want to drag this out. I don't want to milk this I don't want to milk this series. I want to like finish this and move on to like
What's the Crimson Saiyan? Is that Bardock or was that Goku Black?
I think that was hold on, like
I remember. You know what's funny? In Dragon Ball Heroes, Goku Black he did the thing that everyone does. They gave him Super Saiyan 3 Rose, but he kept his eyebrows and his tail grew back.
Oh, that's badass. That's pretty badass.
I think that was one of Toriyama's original design with like Super Saiyan 3 with
the tail.
Well, no. Well, yeah, I think the tail did grow back. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, because I think the original Super Saiyan 3 was shorter hair and then like the tail comes back.
Yeah, it wasn't as tall as Gohan Beast, but it was definitely taller than Super Saiyan 2.
Yeah.
And then his tail grew back and everything. So my biggest concern, like shifting gears for a second, my big concern now that Toriyama is gone, may he rest in peace, is that Dragon Ball Z is going to go crazy with the transformations. I'm afraid that I know Toritaro is going to like stay true to his master, but I'm afraid that Toei might pull a Heroes and just start making like transformations so they can start selling toys. Like I do not want Ultra Vegito Gogeta because you can't mix Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego. They're two separate things. They're all in the water. You cannot mix them. So if Ultra Vegito, Ultra Gogeta become canon, then I'm gonna be done because that's so dumb. I hope they don't keep doing transformations. However, I do think Black Frieza is not his final form. I do think Frieza is gonna get an either like form beyond that because they're always this isn't my final form. So I doubt final Black Frieza is gonna be like the starting point, and when they start fighting, then he'll show even blacker Frieza or whatever.
Yeah, I agree. Like I am a little concerned now. What I'm honestly like really curious like what's gonna happen with Dragon Ball, but honestly I'm more like focused and still mourning Toriyama. Like I'm more like upset that Toriyama is gone than like focusing on Dragon Ball. Like he did help my childhood. If you guys like saw my short of like saying goodbye to Toriyama, like I go into more detail as to like what Dragon Ball meant to me when growing up.
Yeah, I first watched Dragon Ball basically when I was born because my cousin, he was really into like anime and Dragon Ball Z, like Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho and stuff like that, Sailor Moon. And so I got into anime and Dragon Ball Z through him, and then we started playing like the Budokai games. And honestly, and then we started watching it on Toonami. But back then we didn't have on demand like you kids do. So if you miss the show, you can't watch it. And if it's on the air, that's it. It won't come back until the rerun. And you know how long, like 300 episodes of Dragon Ball Z, showing that once a week, But then we have ways to record,
Yeah.
But, and God, I still have my VHS somewhere with the original Japanese, with the original Funimation opening and everything. That's so funny. But yeah, and I didn't really watch the series all the way through until the Orange Bricks came out, which is the worst way to watch Dragon Ball Z if you ever seen any of the videos. Because the Orange Bricks has so many problems, but yet they're the most profitable because they're so cheap. Yeah. And that's a lot of people, including myself, were first introduced to Dragon Ball Z that way. And you know what's funny? When the first episode of GT I watched was on DVD, and it was the first time Goku went Super Saiyan 4.
Oh, that's like such a bad way of like starting GT.
Not really, because that's when the bad way of watching episode 2 of GT.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But like starting with when Goku became Super Saiyan 4, when you're watching Dragon Ball Z and go to when Goku turned Super Saiyan 4, it's like a smooth transition actually, because you see adult Goku, and then like you wonder, okay, why is Hercule there? Why is Pan there? Why is Bulma evil? And then who's baby? But still, like it's still an easier transition, because if you watch Z and then go to GT, it's you can clearly see they wanted to do more Dragon Ball. But and it's funny, here in the West, when they first started dubbing GT, they skipped the first 17 episodes until they got into like the general Rildo section of it, where it started to feel more like Z, because they thought no one will watch this Dragon Ball stuff.
Yeah.
Which they're kind of true, because the GT part, the Grand Tour was the worst part of GT, admittedly.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to rewrite it with like my OCs.
Yeah, we talked about that in our Dragon Ball GT versus Sonic X. Which one had the better Grand Tour?
Yeah, like hold on. So I like how you like mentioned like General Rildo, because like Dr. Miu, right?
Yeah, Dr. Miu.
So if you see like this green guy right here, this green guy in like I kind of put it in the community tabs that I'm making like my second generation Avengers, like the Eli short, and it's going to be revealed that this guy is like a mad scientist. So he's kind of like my rewrite of like the Dr. Miyu character that I wanted to create, because I kind of like the idea of experimenting on Saiyans. Like, what would happen if you like experimented on a Saiyan, or like what would they do? So my original like GT fanfic would have had like Nikolai, or like, oh my god, I was such a cringy fucking fanfic artist, because if you guys seen like my fanfic, or like my hold on, I'm gonna show you like
a lot of people saw off cringy fanfic. Oh yeah, this shit. Yeah, all your like characters back in the day were just read colors, which everyone does. Like, especially in the Sonic fandom, they just read colors.
Let's get it started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started.
All right, so like I said, like this was supposed to be Nikolai was supposed to be like the son of Goten and Valise. So I would have had in my original like I guess GT fanfic rewrite, I would have had him like as a mixture of like Saiyan and Wolf, and I wanted to like create like this new like Saiyan monster out of it. So
okay, werehog.
Like I said, like I was cringy back then. Okay, I was like, I admit I've gotten like better as a writing, and it's because of you. Okay, like you need to take as much credit as you can. Like I know you're very humble, but you have changed me a lot. So
yeah, because like I'm not much of a writer myself, but I am an analyst, because I watch a lot of shows. Even my family, when I talk about shows that I like, but I could critique it, they just look at me and say, "Why can't you just like something?" Like I do like it. That's why I'm shit talking it, because I know the potential of this show and I love it so much. So when I talk shit about something, that means I like it.
Yeah, so I do appreciate it when like you do tell me. Like, I admit, like at the beginning, it did hurt when you like told me, okay, like stop like doing the sketchy, like actually like fix your drawings, like be good. Like I admit back then I wasn't like good at taking criticism, but like you kept pushing me, and I got a lot tougher in my writing, and now I'm a little bit more. I would say like I'm a better because of
skin.
You. Yeah.
And you got better at taking criticism. Yeah. Nice Saiyan boots, by the way.
But, yeah. Oh, like what? Hold on. I kept the fucking Saiyan boots in this shot. I was such a lazy little shit. I didn't even change the Saiyan boots. Like,
Yeah.
so lazy.
So like, let's say like you want to do the sketchiness style. Like you say, no, I'm putting my foot down. I want the sketchiness because you want to be original, and I gave you this whole speech. Like, just because it's original doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah, like.
And but if you wanted that, I would have been like, okay, I said my piece. This is your thing. You were gonna do it this way. But there was a one shot. We talked about it in the commentary, and I think we're also doing a live stream too. One shot, and I think we're like chapter 5, part 3, right? When Goten had his like breakdown at his house. There was one shot where like Goten's arm was like bleeding into his shirt because you forgot to draw his outline.
Yeah.
And I was like, I cannot put this out in good faith. You need to go back and redraw this. And again, we like to like work until like the last minute, you know? And so you're like, fine, and then you did it real quick. I will like there were a lot of like errors in that chapter, but I ignored most of them, but that one was like, no, this is too blatant.
Yeah, that one thing broke the camel's back. Let me hold on, let me answer the next question. What's up, home dog? Nothing much, you.
What up, home dog? How's it hanging?
Alright, DB Sith series. You're the best. I love Goten Black. Take as much time as you need. Alright, everyone in the chat, pay attention. This is the guy that you need to, copy, okay? Like, this type of, this makes me want to, continue Goten Black. Like, the people that say, when's Goten Black? Where's Goten Black? Where's Goten Black? That doesn't make me want to, continue Goten Black. If anything, that makes me want to quit it. But, people like you, shout out to you, DBC series, you're the reason why I want to continue Goten Black, alright? Give yourself a pat on the back. You're the king. You're amazing. Keep staying awesome. Honestly, thank you so much for that. That small comment means the world to me. You're amazing. Thank you so much for that. Alright, so the next one is my name is Ridon, and I'm from French. Bonjour. Bonjour.
Oh,
I know.
salut, oui, oui.
Oh my god.
I'm French. Wait, what's that guy from the Cooler movie?
I don't know. I forgot. Cousin Jake.
Yeah. I'll see you in space hell, cousin Jace.
Oh my god, it's going to
Salsa.
Salsa, yeah, Salsa. He's. All right, so Ultimate Keith. If Broly has one more Zenkai, he'll turn into Super Saiyan 5. Yeah, Broly just is OP.
Read Dragon Ball Heroes. Or go watch it, because Broly has Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan 4 to the max, Super Saiyan 4 with a Dragon Ball. And yeah, the what if, or the heroes and all that, they love Broly.
They do. Alright, so the next one. Guys, I have Super Saiyan 2 Ultra Gohan on DB Legends. Alright, cool.
That's the mobile game, isn't it? The little card game?
Yeah. Alright, Turbo Brent. Isn't it crazy enough? I don't know what that reference is.
I think we yapped too much, and now it just lost in the sauce.
If it the Z word, please don't. I don't know what you're referencing, but please don't.
Is it? Oh no. I've been watching a lot of AI, Obama, Trump stuff, and there was one when they went to Area 51 to get the Z word pass, and the Z word is the you know what word, but with a Z instead of a.
Huh? I'm sorry, you're gonna have to explain that to me.
Basically, they went to Area 51, got the Z word pass. The Z word is basically the N word, but replace the N with a Z.
Oh, alright. Alright, so next one is the one thing I'm glad I did with my own Goten Black is making sure I got his story done at a reasonable pace. Yeah, good. Yeah, that's what I would recommend for any not just fanfic writers, but just storytellers in general. Just get your story, in place. Don't rush your story. Don't feel pressured by the fans to put it out there. That's kind of what I did with chapter 5 part 2. I had back then I was so scared that the fans were going to get mad that Goten Black was going to be delayed. With me, I'm very much a time oriented person. I want things out a certain way. And that's why sometimes my art looks a little rushed or unfinished, because it looks kind of that bit, and it's only because like I want to like get it out, and that's how Joe balances me. Like he balances me by saying like, no, take your time, like polish it. But the thing is with you is that you kind of take a little bit too long.
Yeah, admittedly, I need to get better scheduling with my stuff because I do take a while, and that is a problem with me. And a lot of my professors used to say that I would work really hard in the beginning and then slow down. So
Yeah.
I need to like focus more on that because like when I get started, like it's really good. Cause like man, I want to do this. Like when I worked on like this reanimated project for Sonic Sat AM, my second shot I did that all in one night because I was so motivated.
Mhm.
And when I turned it in, the guy, wow, you really are too fast.
Yeah, so I would say like the big issue that I'm kind of experiencing right now, or at least like with you, is that you kind of do wait at the last minute, and that makes me stressed out because like I don't really like to delay the fans or anything. Like if I make an announcement that says like we're going to release this on this date, I feel like really bad if I were to like make an announcement saying like actually we got to delay this because of da da da.
But I do like it when you announce like a due date because that does motivate me to like get this done.
Yeah, but
So if you didn't give me a due date, then I would just procrastinate. And really, I think you should just keep checking up on me.
the thing
'Cause,
is
like,
the thing is that I don't like being a nag. Like I don't like okay, so I know we've have even in our commentary we have like made fun of the fact that I'd have no spine, that you're the spine of the channel. I'm trying to like gain my spine, but like I really hate being bossy to people, and I really hate like telling people do this because like I am a people pleaser. I do like, making people happy. So like getting into somebody's face and being like, hey, like pretty much like putting down the hammer, that makes me nervous, that makes me like scared. So I don't really like doing that at all. So I'm gonna try to do that a bit more now, but it's honestly like an anxiety or like a panic attack right now. Like it's really hard for me. I don't know. Like hopefully I can like get tougher. I don't know. Show my Saiyan pride. Wait, where are we? Who the hell are you, girl? Are you on the stream or am I an idiot? I'm GD. You know? And yes, I'm on stream.
maybe
it's
maybe they
because-
joined when I started talking.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Terrible Brent. DBZ has a special place in my heart because my dad would watch it every day, either by Toonami or DVD. Aww. Aww. It has a special place in my heart too, bruh. You tell me Goten be the villain, bruh. Yeah, he's a villain. My lip flaps aren't like moving.
Yeah,
as
no, that's what I'm
much.
talking because you like angle down. I want to change it back. So I'm gonna be speaking through GD again.
Yeah, he's gonna possess me. We share a body. Sorry. Like I said before, like, he's the spine, I'm the brain, so we shared the body. Alright, so. Okay, Red, I am not on stream, I am just in the chat. Also, I'm a dude. Oh, I guess like they were talking to each other.
Oh,
Okay. The good Broly is my favorite character.
I'm assuming you mean Super.
Yeah.
Because Z Broly is barely a character in canon because he's just hi, I'm Broly, and then he gets angry. That's all he is.
Mhm.
Even though people do like his design, which yes, he does have a really cool design with the legendary, but he's not much of a character outside of that.
Right, so Terry Gator, you're right. Ah, my ear. I guess one of us screamed too loudly.
Probably you.
Yeah, I'm a Saiyan. What do you expect? That's like my entire thing. I scream. Okay, family. You mean Family Guy? I think he was referencing when you were like talking about like talking to your family about movies.
Oh no, I'm talking like my actual family when I start talking about something I like, but I give like a list. No, this happened recently. I was talking to my cousin about Hazbin Hotel. I was telling him, yeah, you should watch it, but then I started listing all the problems. He was like, "You're not selling me on this." Like, no, I just do that. You should really watch it. It's a good show.
Yeah, it is. It's a good show. It's just it's flawed. Like,
It's mainly because the amount of episodes are like 8, and the fact that it's super rush, and there's 2 songs per episode. Some of the songs slap, other ones should be deleted. And that's a big problem because I already don't like it when shows, especially with right now with Hello Boss having a song every episode. They could probably get away with it sometimes because their schedule is like they take 3 months to make a show, and then they put it out immediately. But with Hazbin Hotel, it's like 2 songs per show. It's per video. It's like that doesn't. I don't like that. Especially some of them are like kind of bad.
Yeah, some of them. Not some of them are not my favorite. Like I'm sorry
Yeah.
if you guys like Hell is Forever. I don't like it. Not really my favorite.
Yeah, I mean the Living Tombstones, they know how to make music. Some of the music do slap. Don't get me wrong, you know, but like I said, half of them should have been deleted, and some of them. If they had like 4. Okay, here's the thing. A little off topic. If you could pick 4 songs to keep, what would they be?
Poison. That's a really important one.
Yeah.
Right now I kind of want to like pick the songs that are essential to the plot. So the Charlie song from episode 1. That's an important one.
Welcome, like Happy Day in Hell, because that comes back at the end.
The song that Lucifer and Charlie sing.
Yes, because that's Disney quality.
That's Disney quality, and
I guess Loser Baby is also good, but
well, the thing is that Loser Baby, I would keep Loser Baby because that is like a bonding song between Husk and Angel Dust. So that is kind of like important to the plot.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So back to the chat. Terry Gator, Salza. Oh, he was trying to help us when we were like, thanks, dude. Sorry, it took so long.
Your face the rat. I'll see you in space hell, cousin Jeez.
All right. Stream went out for a second for me because my internet went the way of the doo-doo. Oh no, not the way of the doo-doo. Anything but the doo-doo. All right.
I think they are cousins in the games.
I think they are.
Because Zalza could do the Keyblade sword, and then in the games, Jace could also do the Keyblade sword.
Well, I know that it is confirmed that they are the same race, so it could be possible that they're cousins.
Yeah.
All right, so Raphael says, if you make Goten Black being good in the future, if you want to happen a tournament of power, do you let him participate or not? Okay, so interesting. Let me see.
I think you talked about this last stream.
Well,
Last
Present
stream
Trunks in my
hold on. And also like in my I would call these like, you know, my December speed paint shorts. One of these shorts, I forgot which one it was.
I guess you gotta go back and watch them all. Oh man.
Oh man, you gotta watch all of these shorts.
It's best to watch them twice. That way you really understand.
Yeah. Oh my god. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna pick. It may not be the correct short, but I think I'll just use this one. So what? If I were to like make continue like, you know, to the Tournament of Power, this would be the Goten that I would use, like the character design that I would use.
The one on the right side.
Yeah, this one. Because I've also like stated in like in another short that Goten's hair kind of like represent his mentality. Like he has Goku's hair because like he's still mentally a child, like a lost child in an adult's body because he can't get over the past. And I would give him his teenage hair because like he's matured, he's like, you know, on the path of redemption, but he still has like, you know, that angst, he still has like, you know, the edge inside him. So I would design him like as an angsty teen that doesn't like smile, he's like scowly, he doesn't want to listen to Goku, he's still mad at Goku just because like I'm on your side, dad. Don't think like, you know, I've forgiven you type of character. And when he's fully redeemed, I would have given him like this adult character design. But if I'm honest, guys, like I think Goten Black would be it. Like I was thinking on my Patreon right now, or at least like in the future, I'm going to like draw deleted scenes of like what I would have done in the Tournament of Power arc. Like, you know, fight scenes or like stages in the Tournament of Power that would have happened. But I think I'm just kind of done with Goten Black. Like after Goten Black is over, I think I'm done. I'm just like really tired
And
of
you said
this.
even if you did want to like continue past this, it will be Moscow X style, where it's just you talking with like an image on the right hand side. It wouldn't be a full on comic.
Yeah,
It would just be you narrating.
yeah. I think like if the fans like really, really, really want like my version. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, hiccup. I think if like the fans like needed to like see the Tournament of Power, like my version of the Tournament of Power saga, yeah, I would do like a Masako What If, where it's like a JPEG or like certain things, or maybe I will even like release the deleted scenes, just to show you guys like how I would have done it. But I think after Goten Black, I think I'm done. I'm
We're gonna
exhausted.
pull up boo bits.
Yeah, I'll do like the boo bits type of thing.
But yeah, if you did want to like do like a low quality, like not as like detailed, we always do like a video game style cutscene
Oh yeah,
where it's
that
like
would
a
be fun.
JPEG and then a text box. I've seen a couple of what ifs like that. I kind of do like that when they
Oh,
have like the text box and like a PNG on the right hand and left hand side.
Warp Star actually does that with his
See, I
Goten
like
Black.
that.
Yeah. I like that too. Like he's really cool. He even has like voice actors that does that. Freaking Blackscape managed to review his version of Goten Black, and I noticed like some of my fans even like commented saying like if you like Warp Star's version, you should definitely check out Generation Defenders. But so far, like Blackscape hasn't really like replied to those. Okay, so I'm gonna say this, but this does not mean to go bother this YouTuber, but at one point I did get in contact with Mondo Cool and I asked him if he read my Goten Black fanfic. He said yes, he did, and he liked the story, but he wasn't going to post it on his YouTube channel because he said that it doesn't match his editing. Like, the way that his editing works is that he likes to get like comic book panels online and then like do his own editing thing. And because like our Goten Black is just YouTube format, like there's no way you can like read the pages online.
You really should upload these like DeviantArt or something.
Maybe I can do that.
Because you do that for the Patreons. Okay, you get if you're on a Patreon, you get like the full page, unedited, video format. You just get to see it manga style.
Maybe I can do that. Like I don't know, like in a DeviantArt or like maybe in I don't know. Maybe like I'll make find like some sort of like social media website where I can do that. It's just right now I am busy as heck. I want to get like Goten Black finished, so just don't really want to do that right now. But like I said, like this does not mean go like raid Mondo Cool and like spam him with comments saying like why don't you want to like review Generation Defenders. Don't do that. No is no. He was very respectful. He explained his rules. He was very, understanding, and I understood. So do not go after him. Please don't. We do like my biggest fear, honestly, with the whole notice GD thing or like asking, people for help with my channel is that we're going to make enemies instead of like friends.
And that's what I always told you in the beginning. 'Cause in the beginning, you were like, "Oh, what if I do this?" And like, "What if I make this video?" And like, okay, calm down. You come off as desperate.
Yeah, I don't want that.
And like you said, you don't want to be like that annoying person. Like, hey, read my fan fiction. Like if you like this, can you read my fan fiction? Can you review it? It's like, don't do that. Let them come to you naturally.
Yeah, like guys, please don't do that for me. Like I would say like I like actually like speaking of that, Generation Avenger, my bud, like he actually like helps this channel a lot even though he's a fan. He actually did recommend me to Dragon Spark, and Dragon Spark did like, give us a shout out. So that helped our channel a lot. But like I said, like do not like go spam other people's YouTube channel and be like, get GD, like it. Like now, if somebody wants to like help us out, that's great. But like we are not owed a shout out. Like we are not entitled to that. If they say no, let's be respectful and just respect that they don't want to like give us that. Like that's that's their right to say no. So we can just move on and hopefully like we can grow our channel naturally, or like who knows, like maybe our big break will come one day.
Yeah. Also, like if y'all recommend us any of y'all fan fictions and we do watch it, at least speaking for me, I'm gonna be honest and tell you what works and what doesn't work.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be honest. Like with me, guys, like honestly, don't come to me for criticism. Like I'm too nice of a person. Go to Joe. Like he's gonna give you like the hard truth, and you need somebody to give you the hard truth. Like in my honest opinion, if you're gonna find an editor or if you're gonna find somebody that's going to review your work, find somebody that's going to hurt your feelings. Don't find somebody that's going to be like, oh no, like you're perfect, it's amazing, like don't change anything, you're just a godsend of it. Don't find that person. They're never going to like give you the honest truth. Find somebody that is going to like shatter your dreams, that's going to like say like this is ass, this is bad, you gotta like go back and finish this, because that people like that are going to give you like the honest truth. They're not going to like sugarcoat it. And even if you say like, oh well, that's mean, that's hurtful, it's
Good.
better for them to say it than for the internet to say it. Like we all know like the internet trolls. We are all aware of like what happens when like what the internet does with bad media. Like they tear it apart. So if you can't handle your friend telling you that your stuff is bad, you are not going to be prepared when the internet like rips it apart. Like that's why you should always like find somebody to rip your just to be brutally honest with you. But also like another important factor is that if you're going to find somebody to give you criticism, you need to learn to take criticism. Like this is something that Joe and I learned in college, is that a lot of young people are like looking for criticism, but when like criticism is given to them, they don't want to listen to them. Like
A lot of people take it personally because they do put their heart and soul into their art. So when someone tears it apart, they take it as a personal attack.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you an example. Like this is kind of like a hard lesson that I had to learn, but let's see, how did it go? All right, so I was in character design, and my character designs were terrible. Like literally, the entire class groaned when they saw my character designs. So I went to the teacher. I asked for help. She gave me advice. I didn't take the advice. Next class, the class groaned even louder, and she told me like, look, you're a brilliant student. Like I know that you have like potential in you, but I noticed that when somebody gives you criticism, you just nod, you say yes, thank you for the criticism, but then you do your own thing. And if I'm going to be honest with you, if you're just going to come to me, ask me for my help, but then do your own thing, you're wasting my time. You're wasting my time, and I don't want to help somebody that is going to like pretty much spit in my face and say like, you know what, I'm not going to take your advice. Like, so if you're going to ask people for advice, take the advice. Don't say like, oh, what should I do? Or like, what should I fix? And when somebody tells you, do it. Like, even if you don't want to, even if you disagree with it, at least try it out. Like, test the waters, get out of your comfort zone. Because honestly, like, I'll give you an example, like with me and Joe. I'm gonna like pretend to like be in Joe's point of view. Like, imagine somebody, came to you, asked you for advice, and then you gave them the advice, and they say, oh, thanks for the advice. But then they turn around, completely disregarded what you said, and did their own thing. And then you're like, well, you just completely wasted my time. Like, why did you come to me, ask me for help, but then like did your own thing? Like, you completely like disregarded me. Like, you would feel like really shitty about that too, wouldn't you?
Oh, trust me, I know that feeling.
Oh, yeah, like...
We have a story. I might tell it someday on my channel, but goddamn, like, I never felt such a backstab. Because normally, I go with the flow, and I don't take anything personally or anything like that. Even if, like, someone calls me stupid or whatever, I have thick skin. I can take it. But what happened a few years ago... Oh god, I felt so angry and my time was just wasted.
Yeah, I was there when that happened too. Like,
that ruined my day, honestly, when I found out. And we were talking, like, normally we would like talk until like 11 o'clock and till like till midnight. But after that, I was like, I'm done. I want to go to bed.
I don't blame you. Like I felt your anger. Like what this person did was just like a bitch move. It was like such a bitch move. Like even till this day, I'm looking for this person so I can like rip
Yeah.
them a new one because
Yeah,
like
just I got over it, and it's whatever now. I spoke my piece to them. I told them, I confronted them, and I told them how I felt, and I just shunned them from my life.
yeah, I don't blame you, dude. Like that was just like
And for the record, there wasn't some sort of relationship. I know I said I never been cheated on. There was not some petty like love thing. It was like a work thing.
yeah, it was just. I'll let Joe say it if he wants to say it in his YouTube or whenever he feels comfortable with. But yeah, it was just like really, like I said, like I'm still looking for this person. Like if like you disrespected my friend, then you have like an issue with me. Like you're not gonna go down. Um, but anyway, let me. Okay, so Generation Avenger. Hey, Brud, how's your last leg of college going? I have 2 more quarters. I'm actually gonna graduate this fall. Like when I graduate, I'll like let y'all know in a community tab. All right. My question is, what is your new series fanfic gonna be? I'm glad you asked. I actually talked about this. You know, it's this. This is what I really want to do. Like after Goten Black is over, and hopefully when Goten Black is over, I can at least have like 10K subscribers. But I want my channel to be about Generation Defenders. Like, if I could summarize what it's gonna be about Stranger Danger. Like think about it as like a combination of Dragon Ball and FNAF, and it's just gonna be something like that where it's like this kids with like these superpowers or like these specimens that have like these powers, but they have to like escape the sign, like their creator. And there's going to be like some plot twists, there's going to be like some actions, people are going to like be betrayed, they're going to die, they're going to like this is the dream, honestly. Like I'm making Goten Black for this, so that way people can have like be aware of this. Because honestly guys, before Goten Black, what's funny is that before Goten Black happened, I had this really, really shitty version of Generation Defenders.
I was there.
He was there. He knows the nightmare. And I had like Generation Defenders out for I think about 2 years before I decided to make Goten Black. And in 2 years, it only had 200 views. So I wasn't getting any like any views at all, pretty much. And like by then we were like at 20 subs. It was not raising until upwards.
It's funny because I showed you because I downloaded your original episode, like I think it wasn't the prelog, it was the episode 1 when it was like ear shattering, and and so I took that and I edited it a little bit and I showed you that mainly because that was back when I kind of best. I still want to be like friends with you, so I thought, oh, if we have like a work thing, we could be friends. Because I back then where I was like, even though I had friends back in school, we never talked or anything, but I wanted to like make more friends. I'm like, oh, I could be friends with her if I help her out with with her thing, and what she kind of needs our help.
I needed help
at the time. You were just asking people in our class to voice act, which no one
wanted to.
No, either they didn't want to or they didn't know how to.
Yeah.
You asked me to voice some doctor, and I don't. You did not tell me to do this, but I went for like my best Vegeta impression. I don't know why. We had like a crappy microphone, my crappy microphone that I used back in the day. And then we were just saying our lines in like the student lounge when people were walking around. And then we moved into like the stairwell with the echo. And like we had nowhere to like record.
Yeah, it like honestly it's kind of like what Joe said. It was shit. Like there's a reason why like you can't find those original videos anymore because I'm honestly so ashamed and I'm glad that I've grown this much that I can like make this. Like this is what I'm proud of now. Like
You
this
want to
is
tell them? So doing like the little like Dragon like GT not GT Goten Black shorts that you did for like the holiday special,
Mhm.
and we had voice acting for that for some of them.
Mhm.
You want to tell them about the oh my god?
Oh yeah. Okay, so hold on guys. Let me see if I can like find it first.
Also, again, my it's just me and her. Like we don't have anyone else to voice act, so it's just me and her. When it came to the bridge, who cares? And then like because the bridge is just like us having fun.
Yeah.
And then when it came to like the shorts, we were also just having fun.
Yeah.
We had a reactor react to our stuff, and
Oh,
he
yeah.
was really nice. But he did not like my voice acting, and you know what? Same.
Hold on, like, oh yeah, Vera. Like, Vera is, he's our first reactor. I think I'm actually subscribed to him. Maybe I can like show his channel and promote him there.
I'm pretty sure he's in your community tab.
Yeah, he's in my community tabs, but anyway, like,
Yeah, he didn't.
I guess like before we go to there, I would say like um, another like summarization with Generation Defenders. I kind of want to tackle like what kids are like growing up in trauma essentially because this is kind of like a really scary situation for any kid to like go through and I want to like address like how children you know react to trauma or how like it's okay to like be anxious or like it's okay to go through like depression. It's okay to like have moments where you can like take a breather or like it's okay to like be upset in certain ways. And that's what I want Generation Defenders to like be about. Like, I want to do so much with Generation Defenders. Like, this is like my true baby of a series. And I really hope that one day it at least get like my goal for this year is to like get to 1,000 views. That's the goal this year for Generation Defenders. And we're almost there, like halfway there for just about 400 views and then we're there. And it means a lot because like I said, like the original Generation Defenders was stuck in 200 view limbo for 2 years and we got like 500 views in 3 months. So even though like it's not enough, it's not a lot, it's so much better than how I was about 5 years ago. So I give myself a pat on the back for that. All right, so but anyway, like the funny story for this.
It's at the end. Also, I tried.
That monster.
I think that was it.
All right, so funny story with that one. I was at school when I recorded the "Oh God" thing, and I went into like an empty room in school, and I just started screaming, "Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh God!" like a few times. And then like when I was finished recording, I noticed that there was like in the wall that there was like a hole in the wall, or like like a hole in the wall to the other class. And the other class heard me scream my lungs out to the point where like when I was done voice acting, somebody like ran to my room and he was like, "Are you okay? Like, are you fine? Like, what happened? What happened? Why are you screaming?" And I'm like, "I'm voice acting. I'm sorry." And like I heard like the other class start laughing, and then I just like walk out of there like ashamed.
If I was there in that room and I knew the other class was there, I would have been like, "Penis, penis,"
Oh,
or
yeah,
I would start moaning really loudly.
Oh my god, you would get us expelled if that were the case. Oh yeah, like you and me, like there would definitely be rumors. Like, did you hear that there was somebody like fucking in the next classroom behind us? Like, oh my god, especially if with me screaming, "Oh my god, oh my god," that would have been like so terrible. Like expulsion, suspension. That would be it for me. Like, oh my god, I'm so glad that it was just that and nothing worse. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Because like when we recorded the abridge, I seen your voice acting, or like your voice acting, but like the way you do it, and like you do not hold back. You go full force with the yelling and everything. With me during the abridge, I didn't like my yell because I was still holding back. Cause I didn't want to blow it out, but apparently you do have to like blow out the audio a little bit. Cause I've been watching like the DBZA commentary and how they will always like go full force, yell, break their voice. Because that crack at the end, like that break at the end, really sells it.
Mhm.
And I didn't do any of that. But like I said, the abridge was like just us having fun. But like I said, none of us are voice actors. We're just having fun. It's just the two of us.
Speak for yourself. Like, I honestly like want to do voice acting. Like, hold on. Like, I'm glad that you said that. Hold on. This actually happened in my Karai video. Hold on. This is the final. Okay, like, you may say that you're not a voice actor, but like, let me show you what I'm capable of.
Oh yeah, you're joking.
Yeah, this is my talent. Like, I actually do like voice acting. I am a dramatic person, and even like the comments right here, like, they're like, I'm scared. Just take the power-ups and back away slowly. We all are. Like, and I think somebody right here even said, like, God damn, girl. That was some Mark Hamill Joker level laughing. You should go into voice acting. That, like, boosts my Saiyan pride. I'm like, thank you so much. I would love to. But, like I said, like, I just want to focus on Goten Black and be finished with it. All right, so.
I mean, I like to like do voices too. Like even when like we're talking, I would just like when someone said that French, I started going whoa.
Yeah.
Because I'm stupid.
You're
But
a very funny guy. Like, honestly, like, with you saying, like, I don't do voice acting, no, you're a really funny guy. Do you know how many times you goddamn made me laugh? Like, it's incredible. You have talent. You should, like, be
like,
proud of that.
I do think I'm funny in certain ways. Oh yeah, by the way, there he is right there.
Oh, yeah, Vera. There's Vera.
But I do like quoting stuff and like try and do like the close impression that I can just to be funny. And I would say I would be good at voice acting in like the range that I can do. But when it comes to like Goku and like I think my Zamasu is really good, even though it's not exactly like the Zamasu in Super. I really like the way I took it. My inspiration for that were more of a Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, like, I like your Zamasu the most. Like, it's, like you said, like, it's not, like, really the Zamasu from the original dub, but, like, the way that you talk as Zamasu, it's, like, really intriguing. And especially in the abridge, it's funny.
Yeah.
How you talk.
I mean, hell, DBZ8 Goku sounds nothing like any other Goku.
That's true. All right, let me, like, get to the questions. I'm totally get that. I'm timid all the time, unless I'm playing video games, but that's a whole different can of worms. You go, dude. All right, next one. I hope the next fanfic that's worked on is based on your OCs, because I will admit I am intrigued by how it'll go down. You make me happy. You're an amazing Terry Gator. I wish, I appreciate you. You're awesome. You're a king. All right, Generation Avengers. Does any of your family, parents, brothers, etc. know you're making Goten Black and YouTube in general? If so, do they approve or put you down for it? It's more like they don't really care. I wouldn't say that in a bad way. Like, it's not like they're, I wouldn't say like it's mean. It's more like they know I do YouTube, but they're not really that interested in cartoons or like anime in general. So it's kind of like, oh, you do YouTube? Well, as long as it makes you happy and you're having
it's
fun.
It's a hobby that they don't fully understand, but they know it makes you happy.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. So, like, if I talk to my mom about, like, YouTube or, like, the YouTube drama, it's more like she'll, like, smile and nod, like, oh, that's great, honey. But I don't really think she, like, fully understands what's going on. But she's supportive. She's not, like, she's not mean about it. She's very, loving. So I appreciate that with her. Right. Raphael's, like, pretty badass. Okay. Speaking of FNAF and this FNAF related question, how do you feel about the theory about Golden Freddy being DC and the kid we play as in FNAF 4 and Cassidy the 5th missing child? I I haven't heard of that theory, honestly. So I don't really know. Like, I'm not a theorizer, to be honest with you.
So okay, the talking about at the end of Ruined or what?
I'm not sure.
Because at the end of Ruined, I think all the souls, like all the main 5 are gone. At this point, I think it's only okay, okay, so at the end of Ruined, we know William did not come back because it was not the burn ending that was canon, it was the Save Vanny ending that was canon. It was the Princess Quest ending that was canon. So William is still burning in hell. The blob is still active, but the blob is not the souls, it's the it's the anger that was left behind. So Golden Freddy should still be in hell or purgatory with William. Same thing, the puppet should also be resting in peace. So I think right now in Ruin, we are moving away from the supernatural and going into AI. All of the stuff right now we see in Ruin is like corrupted AI. And you know that's what real life is heading towards right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the new chapter. We're shifting away from the supernatural and moving into like sci-fi.
Yeah.
Especially if Matt Pat's right and everyone's a robot.
Yeah. I'm gonna miss Matt Pat.
Oh yeah, you know, rest in peace.
He's not dead. He's retired.
Yeah, he only has one channel now, GT Live, and then he said he's gonna be on Cameo and other stuff. But yeah, that was a sad day. But hey, he got to drive off into the sunset.
Yeah.
And you know he has a wife and kids, so you know I understand. He wants to spend more time with his kid because not a lot of celebrities or you know people like that get to spend time with their kids. Like we talked about pro wrestling earlier and how some pro wrestlers only get to see their kids like maybe 5 or 10 times a year because they're always on the road.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Hacker Ninja asks, my other question is that what's y'all's idea for your main villain for Generation Defenders? Alright, so let me go back to Generation Defenders. I hate this. Da-da-da. Nope. Alright, so like I said, like the Eli, I'm making like the second Generation Defenders short. Eli might come out in, I don't know, like in a month or like whenever Joe. So the new
whenever I get off my ass.
Well, like the new agreement that Joe and I have now is that I'm gonna give him like a month off so that way he can work on his own channel. So that's why I'm kind of like doing like my PNG GD discussion videos so that way, you know, I can also like work on my channel and he can have time to work on his channel.
And you're branching off into like TMNT and other stuff that you like.
Yeah.
I know at first, even with your original series, that you were afraid that no one's gonna watch it or anything like that. And I told you straight up, when creators do something new, they're not gonna get much views or they might get backlash. But as long as you're happy and you put out good stuff, people are gonna follow you for your opinion and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Cause I mentioned I used to watch this other creator and she would review Yu-Gi-Oh videos, but then she fell in love with One Piece and now she's making One Piece videos and she's doing very successful. Same thing with Absolute Unit, you know, to Katsu Sinclair, you know. At first he started off with My Little Pony videos and then he shifted to anime.
Yeah.
So, you know, adding new stuff, like we're still going to do Goten Black and everything, but we're going to add new stuff here. Right now, she's in her TMNT phase and just writing in general critique.
Yeah. But going back to like the outcome. Okay, so I guess that's a spoiler. So in the Eli short, it's going to be revealed that this guy's name is Outcome. He's a scientist, and like I said, like he kidnaps kids and he like experiments on them, and he into monsters called specimens. I would say that with Generation Defenders, one of the key themes of Generation Defenders is that there's some people that don't deserve redemption. There's some people that, you can't talk to, you can't save, and there's some people out there that have no interest in becoming a good guy. There's just some people that are just pure evil, or like there's some people that, do have like, a tragic backstory, that they have like, a terrible childhood, or like something really bad happened to them in the past, and that explains who they are today. But my big theme in Generation Defenders is that is there's some people that can't be redeemed, and unfortunately those people need to go down. Those people like need to be stopped. And just because somebody has like this terrible backstory, that does not excuse that their terrible actions, their terrible behavior, their like, crimes against humanity. Because I've noticed like nowadays like people are trying to say like, oh well, you can always talk it out, like you don't have to resort to violence. Violence is never the answer. Bullshit. Sometimes there's people that will not listen to you. There's some people that have no interest in talking. There's some people that, want to hurt you because they're terrible people. It's not because like, they have like this there's like a different reason or there's a miscommunication. There are terrible people out there, horrible people that unfortunately like, do want, in this case, do want to hurt kids for like their horrible reasons. And I want to bring awareness, and I also want to like warn especially like little kids that don't trust every person that you see. There's some adults out there that are evil. Like, be careful who you talk to. Be careful when you're walking outside. Like, just be careful. Don't trust every single person you meet.
That's why we like the ending of Owl House so much.
Mm-hmm.
Because, we talk shit about Steven Universe and how that ending was, because they just talk it out, to these giant space dictators. And they just started busting down crying like, oh my god, I see the error of my ways. And they did not have to throw one single fist. But in the Owl House, they did do that for a second with the Collector. But, it didn't work out. And they did have to throw hands at the end, which was beautifully animated and gorgeous. And it brought tears to everyone's eyes.
Yeah, like, that's what I liked about the Owl House. Like I said, like, nowadays people are trying to, like, say, like, always talk it out. Like, don't teach kids violence. And, look, like, in a perfect world, I would agree to that. Like, in a perfect world, I would teach my kids, like, just talk it out. Like, if somebody's disrespectful to you, get out. Just, say, be happy, be cheerful. Like, there's no reason to, like, be mean to people. Always be nice. Always have, like, a good heart. In a perfect world, I would teach my kids that. But this isn't a perfect world. There is a lot of fucked up shit out there that, kids are being exposed to, or, like, people are exposed to. And especially, like, online, how easy it is for like somebody to like be caught up in like, either YouTube drama or like, strangers online or like, like stranger danger. It is so easy for like evil people to like get their hands on like, very impressionable kids, or like, just, or naive people in general. Like like I said, like in a perfect world, we would all be holding hands, singing Kumbaya, and be like, happy and like talk things out. But this isn't a perfect world. And unfortunately, like, there are evil people out there. There are people out there that, want to hurt, that they like doing, fucked up things. So and I want to bring attention to that. And that's what I want, like, I would say like Nikolai's arc would be like, learning how to like put this guy down, to stop this guy. Because like, any little kid would like, be afraid of like, the boogeyman, or like, the man who caused him all this trouble or like trauma. And he's gonna try to like say, well, he's still a man, like he's still a human. I don't want to like, put him down. I'm scared. But he's gonna learn that that's not always the case, that you can't, run away anymore. You can't like, stop. You can't just like, let everybody like step on you. You have to fight back, and you have to like, stop him. You gotta like, eventually you have to like fight back.
You can't let the Joker keep getting away.
Yeah, like, we're not gonna do a Batman thing where it's like, killing's never the answer. We just have to put him away. I want Nikolai to learn that you do have to put the Joker down. You do have to like, finish him off. Like,
I kind of, side note, I do like that in the one of Sonic comics. And basically in the Sonic comic, Eggman made a zombie virus, and all the heroes were blaming Sonic because he let Eggman live. And everyone was like, you should have done what should have been done, implying that Sonic should have killed Eggman.
That's what I want Nikolai to learn. I want Nikolai to learn that you know, he's now, like I said, like I would say like Outcome does have like a tragic backstory, but and he's gonna find and Nikolai's gonna find out about it, but he's going to learn that your backstory explains you. It does not excuse you. Like if you think about it, heroes and villains have tragic backstories, but villains will use their tragic backstories as an excuse to hurt and cause destruction, but the heroes will use their tragic backstory to help and make the world a better place.
Like the world hurt me, so I'm gonna hurt the world, or the world hurt me, so I'm gonna fix it.
Yeah, so it's like two pathways, and that's what Nikolai is going to like learn, that just because you have like this tragic backstory, that does not excuse hurting others, or like causing all this pain to like kids his age, or like kids like him. So that's what I want to do with like the villain for my Generation Defenders. Thank you so much. I already
Also,
forgot.
his name Alchem. Did that put be a pun on alchemy?
Yes, because like I said,
He's a scientist.
Well, he's a scientist, and so originally like the mutants were supposed to be like chimeras, so that was like a reference to that too. But I decided to like rename them as like specimens, because like in some shorts, hold on, see if I can find it.
Yeah, you always gotta have a name convention. That's the Dragon Ball in you.
Yeah, hold on. Huh?
Yeah, but it's back in like the December.
No, this was just like me being. Oh wait, where is it? Where are you? Where are you?
Oh, this is a wild good. This is a Barbie meme.
Yeah. Huh. I can't find him.
I've never seen the Barbie movie. Did you?
I did.
What? Yeah, you told me. You're saying like a bunch of patriarchy, and it wasn't in the real world for that long.
Yeah. Hold on. I want to like find this. Find it. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Here we go.
I'm out of my head, of my heart, and my mind, 'cause you can run but you can't hide. I'm gonna make you mine, out of my head.
Alright, so SE385. So I've always had like the S, like I said, like this was originally supposed to be like a GT rewrite fanfic, and the S was supposed to be like Saiyan E385. That's what the initial was supposed to be. But since I decided, no, I kind of want to make this my own series, I decided, okay, so what's the S supposed to represent now? I can't really like say that it's a Saiyan, so I'm like, specimen E385. That could work. So that's what I want to do with like Nikolai. Right, let me see. So thank you, Hacker Ninja EXE, for asking that. I always like, I love it when fans like ask for my original work. It always like makes me happy. Generation Avengers. Oof, that's rough. Ha ha ha. The laughter is gonna haunt my dreams.
Yeah,
Thank
okay,
you.
this is back in the turtle stuff.
Yeah. Okay, you could do an awesome Harley Quinn with that kind of laugh. Aw, thanks, bud.
We started talking about Harley Quinn and the Isekai. It looks really good.
Yeah. Okay.
Hopefully it doesn't get canned like everything else Warner Brother touches.
This is for you.
Oh god.
My favorite line from Joe Samasu was, "You ever seen Arcane?" And then he just casually drowns Goten.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with that. You ever seen Arcane?
What does that have anything to do with? Alright. Ultimate Keith, that's the same thing to my mom as well. Well, hello there, GD. How's it going? It's going good. Alright. By the way, how did you feel about Jack Horner and the Puss in Boots 2 last Witch, where he basically a villain who literally can't be reasoned with, to the point where someone had to try to reason with him but gave up?
We just talked about this earlier because, was it after we watched Attack on Titan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we were talking about how like sometimes you just need a villain just to be evil for the sake of being evil.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't need like a redemption arc, because that's what Jack Horner was. He was just there for the evil to be evil. Like, you had other antagonists there, like Goldilocks, but she wasn't evil. She just wanted, she wanted her parents, she wanted her family, she wanted to belong somewhere. And then with Death, he was just, a force of nature.
Mm-hmm. For me, I think like Jack Horner was actually a pretty good villain because like before Jack Horner, they kept like doing like twist villains, like like in Coco with like that twist villain with like what we thought that was I already forgot like this guy's name, but it was like Miguel thought that he was like his great grandfather at first, but then it turned out like no, that wasn't the great grandfather. It was actually Hector that was the great grandfather. And then like it turned out that that guy, was the twist villain. He was just like, oh, ha 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 ha, like I killed your grandfather. What are you gonna do about it, little boy? I did it for fame. And I'm like, that's stupid. That's boring. Like honestly, when Frozen first came out with like the Hans twist villain, everyone wanted to do a twist villain, and it was just so boring and repetitive. So seeing like Jack Horner, like a classic, evil villain, that was just a refreshing fresh of it was like a great fresh of air. I loved it. I thought he was incredible, and I loved it when he was just like fighting with Jiminy Cricket. I thought that those were like one of the best scenes of the film. Like this guy,
You're Mr. Horrible. You're horrible. You're an evil monster. Oh, what took you so long, idiot? Oh.
yeah, like I do like Jack Horner. I like how like in Puss in Boots, and we talked about this too. I like how in Puss in Boots they were not afraid to be mean in a kids film.
Oh
like,
my god.
but like if you think about that, we don't see that in kids media anymore. Like I said like earlier before when I was talking about Alchem, everyone is trying to push the agenda. Like talk your feelings. Like everyone's redeemable. Like it just we want the kids to feel safe. We want kids to not get scared. But I like how in Puss in Boots too they were mean. They were like, you saw people die on screen and it pretty horrifically in my opinion. But they still allowed that. They still like, allowed the mean humor that we got in Shrek, in the original Shrek. And they were not afraid to like, scare the kids or like, challenge kids. And I think like that's really important for like, kids to learn. Like I know like we're trying to like say like, kids are we need to like protect the kids. We need to make sure like they're safe. They need to feel secure. But honestly, I think it's okay to push kids sometimes.
Like don't protect your kids, prepare them.
Exactly. Like just prepare your kids. Like it's normal to like get scared. It's normal to like feel sad about that. Like when I was growing up, like the Disney stuff that I was growing up with, you saw death, a horrific death in every single classic Disney film when I was growing up, and I turned out fine.
The one that sticks out to me is Tarzan.
Oh, the Clayton?
Oh god, the shadow.
Oh yeah, like I didn't even know that he hung himself. I thought that the knife actually killed him. I didn't know that he hung himself. That's what I thought. But then like when I got older, I'm like, holy shit, he hung himself. That's
and
insane.
then the fire scene and Hunchback.
Oh yeah, the fire scene. Hunchback of Notre Dame really pushed the boundaries because
Honestly, a lot of the old Disney movies, I haven't seen them or it's been so long that I don't remember anything.
Mhm.
Cause I don't think I ever sat down and watched Hunchback.
Mhm.
And I know I seen the original Aladdin. It's been so long I could barely remember like the in between scenes.
Let me see if there was anything horrific in
Lion
Aladdin.
King was my favorite out of all of them. I mean, if you can't tell by the Sonic Sona furry or whatever you want to call me, but Lion King was my jam. I don't think I actually sat down and watched Little Mermaid or Mulan.
That's something horrific that stood out to me when I was growing up.
Yeah, and Puss in Boots, like they didn't show blood, but didn't one guy get impaled by a unicorn horn?
No, they showed blood.
Did they?
Yeah,
Well,
remember?
they show that was really shocking to me. Yeah, never mind. They did show blood. They showed Puss's blood when Dad cut his forehead, and they show like wait they're showing blood, and then when they got to like the fight scene with all like the chefs, like they didn't like none of them bleed, but I think they showed skeletons and they showed them like getting impaled and turned to dust, and then them falling. Like you saw them falling, but you didn't see them hit the ground. But there was a lot more gruesome in that. I wasn't expecting that from Puss in Boots.
Yeah, so yeah, that was pretty. Like I said, like that's what I liked about Puss in Boots. Like it was pushing the boundaries of what of what kids media was, showing that day. Because like I said, like I think we're trying to be. I think like shows are trying to be too kid friendly, that they don't really want to scare nor challenge the kids, and it's fine. But when that movie does finally like push the boundaries and like allows your kids to be scared. One movie that did fuck me over when I was little was Coraline. That scared
That's
me.
a classic. I love that one because because of our age difference, I watched Coraline much and more into I think it was like middle school or something like that. But my middle school and high school days get blurry because it was all in the same building. But yeah, Coraline, I love that one. Mainly for the art style and for like how creepy it was. My cousins, they're like really horror movie fanatics. Like they love Scream and Jason and all that. So they also love Coraline and Nightmare Before Christmas. And what you thought it was gonna be, you thought it would be a second Nightmare Before Christmas, but because of the whole doll aspect and the mother, the spider, and all that, and the ghost children.
That it scarred me. I didn't even watch Coraline when it was coming out. Like I just saw the trailer. I was traumatized by the trailer. I'm like, nope, 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 nope.
What was the trailer? It was just
So there was like two trailers that came out. The first trailer was like, kind of like this kid friendly version, but then the second trailer showed what the movie was really going to be about. It scared me. My dad was like right next to me, and he like asked me, "You really want to see that?" And I'm like, not anymore. Like, mm-mm. So
I can't wait for kids to have that experience, but with like the Huggy Wuggy movie or the Puppy Playtime movie or the Bending the Ink Machine movie.
Yeah, I really want that. That's like awesome. All right, before we go on another tangent. All right, so emojis. You guys, can you make your own Sonic Evil or something cool show? Love your content. I think this one's for you, Joe.
So we did for a while there. We had a plan to we had our own what if Sonic X. We're like, what if fuck, what's her name? I keep forgetting her name. I'm
The
terrible with names.
wheelchair.
Yeah, the
girl.
wheelchair girl. Like, what if she was the main character instead of Chris? Like, what if Sonic flew into her backyard instead of Chris's backyard? And we had this whole thing. We had everything planned out basically, and then by season 3, we got to that. We added Dark Sonic will appear more often because honestly, and this is a thing when it comes to like what ifs, because Chris was so good as a character in season 3, it would have been the same thing without what ifs. Like even if the wheelchair girl was in season 3 and she was like a good character, it wouldn't have changed season 3 all that much because of Chris Robert being a good character in season 3. So we need like a little bit of drama, a little bit more spice. So even though her being there wouldn't have affect Dark Sonic in any way, we needed Dark Sonic there to spice something up.
Yeah. So, and you also like had this idea for like your own original series too.
Yeah, I have my own idea for my own. Like I said, I'm not a writer. In fact, I am dyslexic. I have trouble reading and writing, but I'm more of an analyst. I could tell you what's wrong with something. I could tell you, oh, this doesn't work, and why this symbolism is so good. But when it comes to me writing something, I struggle a lot, and so I we're gonna make my own like story with my own character take place in the Sonic Forces timeline, where my character would have been like a part of the Resistance, and he will want to be a his character, his whole thing, like he wanted to be like Sonic. That's why he joined the Resistance to be like his hero Sonic. But when Infinite showed up and then shit hit the fan, he runs and he doesn't become a hero. Then he finds out like, why can't I be like Sonic? What's wrong with me and stuff like that. And through there he'll find a friend, and through the power of friendship he'll like grow stronger and stuff like that, and ultimately face Infinite at the end of the series. But that was my original plan. But I'm not a writer. I could lay something else, but when it comes to like story stuff like that, I struggle with. I have a problem with like coming up with ideas and not fulfilling them. Maybe I should go back and do the Sonic X stuff.
Mm.
and maybe I should take my own advice and do like the PNG and the PNG title thing, like the PNG in the text box, because Sonic is a game and Sonic did do that in the Game Boy games, Sonic Battle.
Mm.
So maybe I should go back and do that.
Yeah, like that would be like a good way to like boost your channel up, and that way we can have a competition to see like who can get to 10K first.
Right.
Yeah, like let's race. Like so far we're winning, guys. We're like on the winning side.
Yeah, I also
So
want to do.
subscribe.
I also want to do more shorts with Surge, because I really do like Surge and using more clips from Dragon Ball Z Abridged, because there's a lot of stuff I can do with Surge and Vegeta from DBZA.
Oh yeah, that would be
Like one of my ideas is like, Vegeta Tanai always haunted by three ghosts and all me.
Yes. All right, so let me see. Second. Other question is that since y'all know about Sonic X, how do you feel about Sonic Prime, Joe?
Sonic Prime. So it's kind of weird because they want Sonic Prime to be canon within like the game universe, because they want everything to be canon now. But Sonic Prime is its own thing. It doesn't it takes place after the Adventure era, or the after the Game Boy games. That have been established because they showed that in the show itself. But after that, it's still so much like the Unleashed, Generation, Forces, Frontiers. Somewhere in between there, or it could take place beyond that. But they want to say that this is canon to the games and to the comics, which in the comics is like, okay, because like in the comics they haven't established when Sonic Frontiers takes place. They establish, okay, the comic starts off after Forces, fine, but we don't know when Frontier takes place, because clearly Frontier takes place after the comics or somewhere in between, because he mentioned Tangled. But Sonic Prime, going back to the original question, Sonic Prime, I thought it was good. I thought the voice acting was really good. I liked it for what it was, like a little show. I would say it's better than all of the if I had a ranking for all the Sonic shows, it would go The Adventure of at the bottom, and above that would be Underground. I know everyone likes Sad AM, but I'm gonna put Sad AM above that, so all of the classic Sonic eras on the bottom. After that, probably Prime, Boom, and an X. Cause Boom has a lot of good jokes. Like if you've been online and seen, Big Swole Knuckles and all his dumb jokes, you send me some of his like dumb jokes, like he wants to blend a baby.
Yeah, he wants.
And the whole meme approved stuff. Like, so a lot of that is like really funny. And I like the whole like Roger that. Who's Roger? He's talking to me. And because Song's voice actor is named Roger Craig Smith.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So jokes like that is really funny. Sonic Prime, it goes below Boom for me. I know it's funny. It first premiered on Roblox.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because Roblox had this whole thing. They do that a lot. Remember when Dragon Ball Z was on Fortnite?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. But I thought it was a good show. I do like all the Amy's. I have one of the Amy's right here. Actually, I have Thorn Rose as a little figure. And I love it's so, I never thought I would want to see Sonic and Amy throw hands, or have Amy be like the one of the main villains, but that was something I never thought, but something that I always wished for. It was like I never knew what did Vegeta say in the Broly movie?
Never in my life had I known.
Never in my life I know I wanted something so much, but didn't know I realized it until right now.
Yeah.
But having Sonic throw hands with an evil Amy, ooh, I like that. It reminded me of Rose the Rascal and the Archie comic, was the evil Amy.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So let me see.
But yeah, it's a good show if you if you can afford the outrageous price that Netflix has, or you want to sail the seven seas and find it a different way. But yeah, you should definitely watch it.
I love Simba. Hi, Cyber Squid.
Probably someone in chat.
Yeah, somebody in the chat. Hello. Hi, Tails. Hi, Tails. What's up? I guess I like talking to each other at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of Bendy and the Ink Machine, that's coming out. Yeah, we know. So, did you guys know that who voice acting Sonic in Sonic X? If not that, I'll tell you who it is.
Oh, I already know this. Okay, trying to think, going back in time. Okay, it's not Roger, because that's the newest one. Jason Griffith.
I get maybe he'll like tell us if we're right or wrong like later on in the chat.
Yeah, it's Jason Griffith because Drummond was the adventure, and then Jason came in. He voices Sonic and Shadow, and then he got replaced by Ryan.
Oh, he confirmed. You're right. Good job. Yeah.
Yeah, because like Jason is my favorite voice actor. I really like his Sonic. I really like his Shadow.
Yeah. Let's see. It's almost 10 o'clock at our time, so I guess like we can.
Start wrapping up. If you guys got any more questions, start putting them in the comments.
Yeah, like I'm actually surprised we didn't get much Goten Black. Like we actually talked more about like Generation Defenders, which, dude, you have no idea how much that like means to me. That's great.
One little thing, I'll bring this up in the commentary too. This is a little free commentary for y'all. The title.
What?
The title for Goten Black. Remember how we came up
Oh
with
yeah.
that?
Mhm.
So, the previous title for Chapter 5 was One Step Forward, right?
Yeah.
So, when GD said that, like, oh, I want to have it connected because the last title was One Step Forward, me being stupid and funny, I started singing I Am All of Me from Shadow the Hedgehog, like, 1 step forward and 2 step back. Ah, 1 step forward and 2 steps back. So, I just started singing that. You were like, okay, we couldn't do that. And that what we call a first draft pick. Because we didn't have anything better at the time because the title was also winding down.
Yeah, like honestly, like I did not know what to call like chapter 6. Like honestly, like chapter 6 was kind of like, in my opinion, a filler episode. Like
It was
it's
like
an
setup.
Yeah, it's like a important setup episode, but I didn't really have much fun writing or drawing this chapter. But so I didn't really know like what to call it. So I just asked Joe like literally the night before it was due, like, what do you want to call this? And then like he started singing that, and I'm like, all right, like I'm totally fine with like naming it like this. Like, yeah, let's do this. And
Because like, at first I recommend like, oh, maybe we could have like 2 titles when talking about the first half and the second half, like they do in the actual show.
mhm.
But then I just sung that like, all right, we could do that.
Mhm.
So this title is multi-layered. It's a reference to the previous chapter and to like Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah. All right. So next question: what is my favorite childhood of the Nickelodeon? I don't know.
Favorite childhood Nickelodeon? Like in terms of like, okay, first I really like SpongeBob, but we can all agree SpongeBob fell off, and it should have. God,
What?
I'm an evil person. It should have died with the creator.
You're
Cause
mean.
listen, I try to have a filter sometimes, but SpongeBob, honestly, SpongeBob should have died before that, because it should have ended after the movie. After the movie, it went downhill. And if you watch any current SpongeBob, like as much I love facial expressions, that's why I love My Little Pony so much, because of facial expressions. SpongeBob does too much with their facial expression. They're doing like the jangling key, like, oh, look at the funny faces, haha, funny. But it's really stupid. The modern SpongeBob is now, especially how spread thin the writing team is, because they're working on 3 separate shows:
Oh yeah, like I haven't even watched
the main show, the camp show, and the Patrick show, all done by the same writing team. So
Yeah.
they're spread thin. But going back to the original question, we're like it was like Very Odd Parents, Danny Phantom. That still has a big following. But and a lot of, we were talking about this earlier, a lot of the live action stuff like the Drake and Josh and the iCarly and the Victorious. And say what you want about the guy directing, he knew how to make good shows. That's all I'm gonna say. And you could say a lot about him. Don't get me wrong, but those shows are good.
All right. So my other question is that what inspired you to do Generation Defenders? I'll be really honest with you guys. Like when I was in middle school, I didn't really have like a good childhood growing up. Hold on.
All right, here comes the anime backstory.
Yeah. Here's okay. So
I got
here's the
into
anime
Dragon Ball
backstory
when
of me.
I was 11 years old. At that time, my parents had split up, and I was going through one of the hardest times of my life.
So I would recommend you guys to like watch this whole thing to like get sort of like my tragic backstory. But essentially, like growing up, I did not like to talk to anybody. So what kept me sort of occupied or entertained was making stories. And Dragon Ball was like my everything. Like it was like pretty much like my second personality. So I was like my OCs, like honestly, they were like kind of like my in my way. Like I enjoyed making stories about my OCs and like trying to like talk to other people. And they were the ones that I just sort of like wanted to like spend all my time with, to the point where like even my parents got like a little mad at me because they're like, you need to socialize, you need to make friends, you need to like go out and talk to people. And I'm like, no, I want to stay home. I want to be locked in my room, and I want to make stories about these kids and their adventures. So and like I said, like I guess like my biggest inspiration for Generation Defenders really was like me wanting to rewrite Dragon Ball GT, because like as a kid, like even like as a kid, I thought that once you have a show out, the show's perfect. But like even thinking that in my stupid kid mind, I thought, oh well, like there's something wrong with GT. Like there's just something in GT that's like not clicking with me. I kind of want to rewrite it. I kind of want to like do my own spin on it. So make me that's what made me want to like write GT. And a big thing about me like growing up, real I had like very overprotective parents. Like my parents were like very like, on top of me, like be careful who you talk to, be careful like, trusting people, be careful like, even like kids your age, be very careful who you talk to. But yet they still like pushed me to like go out and talk to people. They're like, "Oh, be careful, like there's evil people out there. Now go make friends." I'm
Yep.
like, "No."
Be friends with that person, but watch your back.
Yeah, pretty much. So and also like I said, like growing up, they didn't my family didn't really understand mental health growing up. So I kind of they had this mentality of like, pray for the depression to go away. And if it's not going away, then you're not praying hard enough.
It's called faith healing, and I'm not going to comment on that whether or not it works, but
Yeah, it's kind of like that. So it wasn't until like I got into college that's when like I realized that no, like it's okay to be depressed. It's okay to like have anxiety. It's okay to like, cry about certain things.
Did the movie Inside Out really help you?
Yeah, that helped me a lot, but honestly, like it was like the counselors at my school or like teachers or like even like people around me that helped me realize that it's okay to like, be sad or like be depressed or like go through when you have trauma. It's totally natural to be upset, to go through trauma. It's just growing up, nobody taught me that. Like nobody like sat me down and said like it's totally okay for you to be upset. So and I've also like remembered even going to college or like even growing up with certain people in my kids in my school, how like their parents were like really hard on them, or like their parents weren't really like the best of people, or like there were some adults that had wronged these kids growing up. And I thought to myself, well, I kind of want to make stories about that. I want to make like, stories where like these kids go through like these really hard times that maybe like kids weren't like prepared for. Like, nobody really taught them how to like process this trauma or like process this depression, these new emotions. So I thought, why don't I like do that? Like I have like a lot of experience. I've had like, some my own trials and tribulations. Why don't I just put that in my stories so I can like give some clarity, or like to show kids that it's totally okay to feel these ways. It's totally okay to like be sad. It's fine to feel like angry or to cry once in a while. It's totally fine. And that's what I want to like teach in Generation Defenders, that you're a kid. You are a child. It's okay to be a child. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel depressed once in a while. You're not alone. You're never alone. Don't ever think that you have to like hold on to these emotions all by yourself, and that's what I want to like do. And I'm still like doing like sort of like planning out the story right now. Right now, I just want to do like I got like one short out. I did finish my Eli short, but Joe needs to like put in the music. So
Yeah, crack the whip
yeah, and
harder.
oh no. So that's what I want to do for Generation Defenders. I kind of want to like talk to kids, or like I want to like I want to make that one kid who's like who thinks he's alone realize that no, he's not alone. And honestly, like even growing up myself, like I said, like I did not grow up in an environment that believed in mental health. It was pray for it to go away and just pray harder. That's how I was raised. So I actually took comfort in watching shows, even if that sounds silly. Like I invested my time in Dragon Ball Z. I invested my time in cartoons, and I remember like reading even like Percy Jackson, and that helped me get through my struggles. And I decided I kind of want to do that too. If I can somehow at least like make one kid realize that they're not alone, that would be like the dream. That would be like, I've accomplished my goal. If I can at least like touch one person's heart and make them realize it's going to be okay and you're not alone and it's fine to like be angry, to be confused when somebody like something horrible happened to you. It's totally natural to like feel this way. You're not alone. You're going to get through this and you're going to be okay and you're going to get stronger. You're going to like keep living essentially. That's then I did it, That's what my inspired Generation Defenders like. So that's what I want. All right, let me see like the rest of the Danny Phantom is my favorite character, the Ghost Boy. Especially my favorite villain is Danny Phantom from the 10 Years in Future.
Mm-hmm.
My other question is that how do y'all feel about the Mimic being the new villain of the new generation of FNAF series, where there's the theories he could be glitch trapped and burn trapped?
Well, the mimic is still relatively new. I know it was mentioned in the books. Right now, I think it's he's not Burn Trap, he's not William, but he definitely takes like the inspiration of those. So basically, William influence is still affecting the next generation. Basically, it's not him. He's not coming back. Hopefully, but his influence is still leaving a mark, even though he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
So I do like that because with FNAF, I was worried that they're gonna pull like a Dio situation where it's like it's me, Dio, the main villain, over and over for every generation. But I'm glad William is staying in hell, and I'm glad we're gonna get a new big villain, which is the Mimic, and we gotta find out what's going on with Gregory. Apparently, he's in Poppy Playtime now. Did you see that? Did you see that?
Was he?
Did you see that theory? You didn't see Matt? Oh, I can't say that anymore. Like I was gonna say a Matt Pat's latest theory, but. But they see Game Theory's latest video on Poppy Playtime.
No, not yet.
There's a character in there that sounds exactly like Gregory, and every Let's Player made that joke. Like every Let's Player that played FNAF, even Markiplier made the joke when like hello, like it's like can you hear me? And we're like Gregory, Gregory, like Markiplier, Gregory. And, like everyone was like making Gregory jokes that if you watch the theory, we can watch it later.
Yeah.
But it sounds exact. Maybe they got the same voice actor. Like goddamn, it sounds like Gregory. But yeah, we gotta find out with Gregory, with Vanessa, with Freddie, and what was the new girl's name?
In Poppy Playtime?
No, at and FNAF in Ruin. Cassie, not Cassidy, but
Cassie.
Cassie. We gotta find out what happened to her. If she's gonna possess Roxy, which ending is true? Is it the one where Cassie dies, or is it the Scooper ending? Who knows? We gotta find out whenever they make another FNAF game. Maybe I'm hoping still will release something, like announce something at some game event, but who knows?
Yeah.
Remember we used to get a FNAF game every month.
Yeah,
That
now
was
I
back.
wait.
It was just a simple PNG and stuff like that. But now we have this like multi-layer game that isn't as scary as the original.
That's sad though. Like I miss the when FNAF was like really scary. I miss that feeling. But
'Cause,
at
like-
least we have Poppy Playtime. Like
Yeah.
that's this
I think the direction that they want to go with is like this open world game.
for FNAF.
Yeah, I mean, look at Security Breach, because you could see the similarity between it and Poppy Playtime. So maybe they keep going into that direction. I don't know if they're gonna build another Pizzaplex or whatever, because like obviously it has to take place within another FNAF game, but we gotta find out where and like and if it's gonna take 30 years in the future or whatever.
Oh, so all right. So this is the last question, and I guess sign off.
Yeah, we got the last question.
Will View Zamasu make an appearance? Okay, so
No spoilers.
okay, so I'm not gonna say any spoilers, but I'm going to say I'm going to do my own version of View Zamasu. It's not going to be exactly like how it was in the anime, but I'm going to do my own version of View Zamasu. However, it's going to appear in Act 3. Not Part 3, Act 3. Like, chapters 1 through 5 is Act 1, and then for Act 2, it's going to be chapters 6 through 8. And then, like, the rest of the story is going to be in Act 3. So, I would say that our version of Yu Zamasu is going to appear in in Act 3. So just look out for that. All right, I guess that's it, guys. Thank you so much for like asking these questions, and like I said, I'm really surprised that I got like a lot of questions for Generation Defenders. Like you guys have no idea like how much that makes me happy. Like talking about like my original like comics makes just gives me like new life. Like I am like hyped right now to like continue making more like original comics, and I also now feel more hyped like working on Goten Black. for that.
Yeah, because I know when you first came, like you want to put out your original stuff. And I told you right out the back, it won't be as good, but just keep doing it. All right, keep building a fan base, and eventually they'll like this, they'll like you, and they want to see more stuff of your original.
So that's what we're gonna keep. That's what I'm gonna like keep doing. I'm just gonna keep fighting, guys. So.
Yeah, I mean a lot of creators are like that. They're like, hell, we were talking about Living Tombstone. He made like MLP songs and other like FNAF songs, and now look at him, he's working on Hasbin Hotel.
Yeah, so just gotta keep fighting, guys. All right. Like I said, thank you guys for like coming in, chatting with us. I don't know how to end this.
And okay, and if you want to see more Goten Black, like Chapter 7, please subscribe to her Patreon and subscribe to Patreon, follow, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Because the more support she get, the faster they will come out.
You're amazing, you know that. Thank you so much for saving my ending.
Hmm.
All right, bye guys.
See ya, and thanks for watching.